Hello and welcome back to a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where last time we played through the Bell Cup on 100cc and in turn finished out the entirety 100cc, and so today we'll be starting up 150cc with the Mushroom Cup, and we are going to be playing as Bowser. And we unlocked a new car last time. What did we unlock? We unlocked the W25 Silver Arrow, the final of the 3 GLA cars available, or I guess the Mercedes brand cars available in the game, so we'll use that today, along with the metal tires. Seems like a fitting set of wheels, and the paraglider. Here are the stats. And once again, we're going to make sure that smarts doing auto acceleration are indeed disabled. And so without further ado, let's dive into the Mushroom Cup on 150cc. Let's do this. So this is admittedly a bit of an impromptu recording for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I had no intentions of actually recording any more episodes in this series today. Mainly because I've been pretty far ahead with recording Mario Kart 8 Deluxe videos recently. I've been, because Forget 45 and I went to Universal last week, and so I made a concerted effort to get ahead on recording so I'd be able to actually, oh wow, I actually ricocheted that green shot pretty nicely there. I actually made a concerted effort to get ahead on content so I'd be able to, you know, enjoy the vacation. But I decided that I wanted to record today because while this news will be about a week's, or I guess a little less than a week old in terms of how outdated it is when you're watching this, this just happened literally an hour ago as I'm recording this. I've just been sat here thinking about it for the past hour, and let's finally take a shortcut because we finally got, I think this is the first mushroom we've actually gotten in this game so far, so I finally got to show off a mushroom and show off a little bit of a mini shortcut there, so hopefully we'll be getting more of those throughout 150cc. But yeah, so 343 announced earlier today that Halo Infinite will not launch with Campaign Co-op or Forge later this year. And as is the case with the Halo community, it happened, 343 announced a thing, and therefore the whole world has lost a collective mind over it, and everyone's gone insane, and it's like the end of the world is here. And it's pissing me off to no end, because, so, I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit disappointed that Campaign Co-op wasn't going to be available at launch, because, you know, I was kind of looking forward to being able to play through, because Neil and I, earlier this year, we played through all the Halo campaigns from 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach, 4, 5, Wars 2, or I guess Wars and Wars 2, all in preparation for Halo Infinite coming out later this year. So, you know, I was kind of looking forward to being able to play through it later this year with him, but, I mean, it's not like I'm not going to be able to play it with them. They're still going to add it post-launch in an update, so it's not like it's not going to be in the game. We're still going to get to play through it together. It's just that it's, you know, we're going to have to wait. So what'll probably happen is I'll play through it myself, and then I'll probably make my legendary walkthrough, because of course I'm going to make a legendary walkthrough for it, detailing all the best tips and tricks and strategies. So it'll give me more time to do that before I actually go in for a more casual cooperative playthrough with him. So yeah, that's my and Forge. I've never been a forger. I've just never been. That's not like I'm a fan of Mario Maker and things like that, but I've never been one for making Forge maps, so it's not a big deal. If I isn't still adding it, but oh my god, the internet's reaction to this news. And just so we're crystal clear, thanks Donkey Kong, jeez, okay, out of the gate, knocking me to the side. Don't hit the banana, that was close, okay. Try to hit, let's see if he can hit, okay, I thought I was gonna try to be able to get him to hit my banana instead, but sadly I don't think that's gonna work out too well. But just so we're clear about this, you're allowed to be disappointed that those things aren't going to be in launch, or they're at launch, because ultimately, people play Halo for different reasons. Some people only play the campaign, some people only play multiplayer, some people only create Forge things, some people love all 3, some people love only 2 of the 3. You know, there's people who play the Halo games for different reasons, so for someone like me, the absence of Forge will not impact me all that much, but some people, it's going to be a big deal. So you are allowed to be disappointed by any of those things for any reason, and I do not hold that against you in any discernible way. However, the reaction on Twitter to this has been absurd. People are calling it like basically doom and despair and death and destruction is on the way now that 343's made this announcement, which is just insane. Like, it's not like they announced that there wasn't going to be any campaign co-op, but that there was going to be no Forge. It's just that they announced that it wasn't going to be there at launch, which, again, you're allowed to be disappointed in. But there's people calling for them to delay the game another year because it's clearly not ready. They're calling for it to be like Halo Infinite's going to be ruined. It's the end. It's the end of times where it's like, I don't understand it. Basically, anything 343 does and anything like this is just always met with just the almost of insane reactions from the internet, because the same thing happened earlier this year in February when they announced that there wasn't going to be dual wielding or playable elites, neither of which are integral to the game's success, especially playable elites. The playable elites is the dumbest thing. I remember I was watching a Twitch stream and someone said that there was going to be no playable elites in Halo Infinite, and you'd think you had just told them that their mother had died. Like, you'd think, if I had told them their mother had died, it probably would have been the same reaction, honestly. Maybe even a lesser reaction. Because they just said, like, it was just like the end of the world when I told them, hey, no playable elites. Or sorry, not when I told them. When someone else told them, hey, no playable elites. They just, death, destruction, doom, and despair was on the way. Again, I may as well have told them that their mother had died. It's basically, that was the caliber of reaction that I got. Was like, it's ability, it doesn't affect gameplay, it's the ability to, it's what your character looks like. I hate this community so much. I hate the Halo community. I really despise the people in this. It's just... I got a bit of a weak turbo start there. Donkey Kong got ahead initially, but I'll catch up to him in a second. Anyway, yeah, it's just, I'm just so fed up with the people in this community. I gotta be honest. Just the insane, dramatic, end of the world overreactions and sensationalizing of just everything that ever gets announced for this godforsaken franchise. It's just so tiresome to deal with after a certain point. And again, people are calling for the game to be delayed. It's like, no, the game does not need to be delayed. First of all, it just absolutely boggles my mind that after the tech preview, which basically got unanimous praise, obviously there were things that needed to be fixed, but by and large, the core gameplay of the Halo Infinite tech preview that came out last month I guess the end of last month, beginning of this month, was phenomenal. Unanimous praise around the board. They nailed it. 343 has knocked it out of the ballpark in terms of gameplay with Halo Infinite. It is insane how much they got right. It is out of this world. They've learned from their mistakes in terms of gameplay. They know what they're doing, and they are ready to ship a phenomenal game this fall. The absence of co-op, while disappointing, is not going to make or break Halo Infinite's success. Nor will the absence of Forge. It's not the end of the world. It's not worthy. Because, like, the whole reason it got delayed last year was because of, obviously, the pandemic making things really overly complicated, understandably so. And the state that the campaign's presentation was in, clearly it needed more work from a visual. They nailed the gameplay, just needed a bit more polish in terms of the visual fidelity department. So it was understandable to delay it last year, but this year, the campaign's ready to go. The story, apparently the whole story got leaked, which I've not seen the story leaks, I don't plan to look at them, but the story's all out there. They're clearly ready to go. The multiplayer, they did the tech preview, and they're clearly just, like, barely away from the finish line. They're in shutdown mode, they're in the mode they need to be in, they're in bug fixing mode at this point. But because people are stupid and they're insane, they're calling for the game to be delayed over these insane, like if they said that multiplayers won't be there at launch, or if campaign won't be there at launch, obviously that'd be like, alright, maybe pull back a little bit. You're launching without one of your main game modes, right? Like, that's a bit of a bigger deal. But Forge is not on that same caliber, nor is the co-op functionality of the campaign, especially when, if it wasn't there, it would probably be rushed and underdeveloped, so it's better to wait for it to be released. Also, the fact that, like, waiting 3 months for co-op to be out versus waiting a year for the whole game to be delayed, numerically, it's not even kind of a comparison. It's not even close. I'm just so sick of the Halo community over-sensationalizing, being over-dramatic about everything, because there's just, you know what, I'll talk about that next race. It just absolutely boggles my mind, because like I said, people have been saying that the multiplayer tech preview was phenomenal, but then all of a sudden, they announced that co-op won't be there and Forge won't be there, and all of a sudden they're pulling back all their praise, and now the game is ruined and needs to be delayed. It's just no principles. They lack the most basic principles. They have no consistency whatsoever. It just pisses me off to no end to see, because basically, the way the Halo community works is you're basically either in two camps. You're either a Bungie fanboy or a 343 fanboy. And according to the Halo community, there is no such thing as an in-between. Nuance? Nah, that's not a thing. You're either stuck in the past and you only love Bungie's games, or you hate the old and you just want new stuff. There's no room for nuance in the Halo community. There's no room for reasonable discussions or things like that. Nope, it's either you hate Bungie or you hate 343, and there's no such thing as anything in between. Because nuance is such a wonderful thing that the Halo fans just don't want to acknowledge. I hate this community so goddamn much. I'm so fed up with all this garbage that's being talked about constantly. I'm not even speaking coherently anymore. I'm just saying the same thing over and over again because I'm just so annoyed right now by the state that this community is in. I mean, it's always been like this. There's just people that just have a vested interest in striking down everything 343 does, no matter how good or bad it may be. So it's like, I almost wonder if it was like actually physically painful for them to praise the Halo Infinite multiplayer tech preview, and now that they've announced the co-op thing and the Forge thing, they're like, oh yes, mildly disappointing news. Quick, better sensationalize it, better get the super negative articles out there, better make sure all the gaming journalists on the planet can get their clickbait headlines out there to signpost the end of Halo and the death of Xbox and all that. It just pains you to see it. Like, it's actually painful to see the insane, over-dramatic reactions to all this. I'm just done with it. I'm just done with all of it. And it's also especially annoying to see how Spike Chunsoft is a company that gets praised to no ends about how they are just so great, and they love Danganronpa. They keep making more, and they just love their fans so much. But 343, despite the fact that in the most recent game for Danganronpa, they literally made the fans of Danganronpa, this is not a joke, they made it out so that the fans, okay, we lose, whatever, I don't care. I'm in such a shit mood today, I don't even give a shit if I lose, whatever, I don't care. I don't really give a shit. After the day I've had, I don't really give a shit if I lose. Fortunately, I didn't lose anyway, so it doesn't matter, because I'm just that awesome. Despite Chunsoft in the most recent game, they literally made the fans of Danganronpa out to be the bad guys. But yeah, 343 are the one. Oh, and also they killed Danganronpa in the final Danganronpa game, and basically made a cry for help about how much they hate making Danganronpa. But remember, everyone, Spike Chunsoft is great, and 343 hates Halo and the fans. Remember that, despite the fact that there's evidence directly contradicting both of the things I've just told you. But remember, Spike Chunsoft is great, and then 343 is crap. Nuance. Logic. Gotta love it. I guess we didn't unlock anything today. Alright, that's honestly a little surprising. I was waiting for the notification pop-up because I fully expected there to be an unlock today, but I guess there was none. Alright, well, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next time. We'll catch you all tomorrow for some more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Goodbye.